with Displacement in Season 4 of The Expanse. We're seeing forces manipulating the people at each other's throats on Illis to come together. Yeah. Well, with that nuclear explosion that apparently destroyed an island, they've got these massive aftershocks on the way and a giant tsunami. So the Great Flood is coming in to purge the sins of man once again, I guess. So they tried to use shuttles and whatnot, but those weren't working. The ships can't work either. The reactors are knocked out. Yeah. So, they're being manipulated all over the place, and the proto-molecule seems to be active here, and, it can't help but think that this is a manipulation on the part of preventing their warlike behavior coming in here, because the original species from that world probably no longer exist as a result, or they've evolved into the proto-molecule, what have you. Your guess is as good as mine, and if you've read the books, you probably know better than I do, because I haven't. But, let's keep the mystery going. So, little by little, all their avenues of escape to evacuate the danger here, which has pretty much ended all their grievances once against one another, at least acting on it at the moment. Still, Mercury proves himself to be a cold-hearted bastard. But in the end, they can't use their ships. The shuttles, they launch them and they get destroyed. Something's going on, but they can't quite figure out what it is. But they're effectively stranded on the planet now. And so at the last minute, Holden decides, well, then we're going to have to seek refuge in the ancient structures, these weird alien engines or whatever they happen to be. And so they quickly do this. They almost don't quite make it, but then they do, of course. It's all, the tension and whatnot. And they get inside as the water is splashing over them. And that's that. Everybody else is in orbit. And, hope it works out. But I'm guessing this will be them all stuck inside there and having to learn how to deal with one another, because the conflict rages on, as evidence of what Drummer and Astrid are trying to figure out here with their new positions and trying to maintain the peace with the UN government and all this sort of thing, back and forth with all that. And that continues in depth. And of course, they're being dragged on and pulled at their heartstrings, because this was the type of activity they used to engage in, but they understand they can't keep doing that with the peace they've achieved and how fragile it is. Meanwhile, Bobby goes on a heist in her new position she's been blackmailed into, and is quickly gaining the respect of the leader. And I think the little bitchy girl is going to learn she's old news pretty quick, because it's looking like the leader's really taking an interest in Bobby. And not just because she's hot, but also because of her talents and whatnot, and how tough she is. And the way the heist goes, it almost blows up in their face and everything, but Bobby's able to save the day at great cost to herself almost, but they save her and all that, and so he's even more impressed with her than he was before, and all that's cool and stuff. But I'm guessing at this point, of course, that Bobby's narrative will cross over with Drummer and Ashford's narrative here, and whatever it is they're going to find out. And when all he's really interested in is, stealing, property that he can sell and make money and all this sort of stuff. And it'll lead in some of the secrets and mysteries that still abound throughout the Star System society. And, of course, meanwhile, you've got the world beyond the ring. And, wow, where is it all going? Well, we'll find out. Meanwhile, no Miller so far. And the next time when Holden sees Miller, well... that should be interesting, huh? But anyway, of course, great production, great performances, well acted, and can't recommend it enough. Just keeps on going, and a breath of fresh air in light of recent events from other well-established franchises that just can't seem to get their act together. Thank God for the Expanse. So I'm trucking along. When I get the time, I plug in another episode, and I haven't regretted one yet. Thank you for watching and listening. Say, why not like and subscribe, and check out that link description below. That'll take you to my many stores, namely my comic book Night Night over at indieplanet.com. You can also catch my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, which has a lot of foolishness and hijinks and weeks in review, and my audio plays, the new episodes of those. I do post them on the video channels eventually, but newer ones are posted there. Currently doing one with Bubba Stargon, and occasionally I do reviews on there as well. Most notably, I'll review episodes of Space 1999. I've been doing that for a while, and I'm probably more cruel to it than I should be, but and eventually I think I'll be doing edited videos of those as well. So yeah, Mr Nailsin Show at RadioMisfits.com, and of course you can also watch my videos over at BitChute.